Right, so tonight we are going to be talking about, I would say, two main things within the Business Career Center that I think you should be aware of at this point. And that is just familiarizing yourself with the resources that are available to you at University Park as a Smeal student, and also kind of giving you some ideas on how you can best set yourself up for success at this point, being a freshman and starting out your time at Penn State. All right, so like I said, step one, it's all about knowing your career resources. So we're going to go over those with a specific highlight on the Business Career Center. Okay, so you as a Smeal tracking student or a business tracking student, you have two different offices that specialize in careers that are available to you at Penn State University Park. So I'll start in reverse order. The first one is Penn State Career Services Office, and this is the Career Services Office that's available to all Penn State students. So it is not specific to Smeal, it's not specific to any college in particular. This is an office that you can access no matter what your majors or minors are. So this is located in the Bank of America building. I believe this semester they are offering both in-person and virtual services, so keep that in mind. So the nice thing about the General Career Services Office is they focus in exploration. So maybe you are trying to decide between a major in the College of Business or the College of IST, liberal arts, whatever it may be. Maybe you're planning to major in business, but you're deciding to minor in something outside of Smeal. So any questions you have about majors and career exploration that relate to other colleges, I would say talk to the Penn State Career Services Office, just because they have knowledge of other colleges that the Business Career Center doesn't really have. So anything exploration wise, you definitely want to go to Penn State Career Services. I see Lauren asking, will the slideshow be sent to us over email? If you would like this slideshow to be sent over email, do me a favor and just send me an email. I'd be happy to send it to you over email, and I'll just go ahead and put my email address in the chat, and then you can just send it to me and I'll send it back. Okay, so the next office is the office that I work in and who's hosting this presentation, so the Business Career Center. So we are specific to Smeal College of Business students. We do not see students outside of Smeal, so all of our information that we have is specialized for Business Career Center students. So this is a good office to go to ask questions about the career search process related to business majors. We're probably not the best office if you're still kind of deciding, you're not sure if you want to pursue a Smeal degree, just because, you know, you want to get that generalized information first to make sure you're making the right decision. But once you know what you want to do, once you're ready to start that job and internship process, definitely come to us. So we are located in 114 Business Building. It's on the first floor of the Business Building atrium. You can't miss us. We're right near the Shortledge entrance. This semester, all of our services are virtual, but moving forward, please come see us in person. All right, so what we do, again, I'm just going to focus on the Business Career Center moving forward. So our office, I would say, is focused on under three umbrellas. So career coaching, employer connections, and professional development events. So as far as career coaching goes, we do a lot of one-on-one appointments with students in our office, talking about basically anything and everything related to the career search process. So resumes, cover letters, mock interviews, anything you could conceive of, anything you need help with is kind of what we do in terms of career coaching. And then employer connections, we basically facilitate all of the corporate partners, all of our corporate recruiters, all of our companies that come in to hire Smeal students. So we're kind of the liaisons between the students and the companies in that sense. And then we also host professional development events. These are just things that you can do to engage and kind of supplement your career search process, just ways to learn about you know, the internship process, how you can do better with that, set yourself up for success. So we hold a lot of events. You are in one of them right now, and in the future we have things like etiquette dinners, resume workshops, cover letter events, stuff like that. So like I said, career coaching topics, anything and everything you can possibly think of or worry about related to the career search process, please let us know. We're happy to help as much as we possibly can with anything from resumes to student organizations, researching companies, how to prepare for an interview, how to send a thank you note. Nothing is too big or too small. So any questions that you have about the career search process, please feel free to make a one-on-one appointment with us or send an email. All right, so within the BCC, there's a few specific resources that I wanted to point out to you in addition to just like the events, career events, workshops, and one-on-one appointments that we offer. So one of your greatest resources that you can use with the BCC is our website. So we have a lot of information on this website. It's jam-packed, and you can find information on all of our events that are going on, whether it's career topic presentations that are hosted through our office, any employer programs, information sessions that they're holding, so you can learn more about their companies or do some networking, as well as career fair information is also on our website. We also have a lot of online resources, basically everything that you can learn about or be helped with in the career coaching appointments. We have additional information on our website to kind of facilitate that process for you. So you can check out any videos, handouts, or written tips that we have. We also have some great hiring statistics. If you're curious, maybe you're an accounting student and you're hoping to land an internship with Deloitte in the future, you can go into our hiring statistics in our database to see how many students from Penn State typically get hired with Deloitte for internships, what their starting salaries usually are, how often they turn into full-time job offers, etc. So check that information out. And then we also have some good information on career options for your major. So maybe you want to major in accounting, but you're not sure what accounting specifically you'd like to, be focused in. We have great information on that on our website. And then additionally, you can also find information on Smeal student organizations, which we'll talk about a little bit later, and also a link to Nittany Careers, which we're going to talk about next. So Nittany Careers is essentially your one-stop shop for RSVPing for events, scheduling appointments and interviews, and also applying directly to jobs. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do within this website. So I would definitely recommend checking it out if you have not already done so. So this website is great for a lot of reasons, but most importantly, this is where you directly apply to jobs with companies. So every single job that's available to you in the world is not included on Nittany Careers. The job positions that are included on Nittany Careers have been sent to us specifically by companies that are looking to hire Smeal students. So you can search for internships and full-time jobs through this database with a lot of our corporate partners, a lot of companies that typically hire at Smeal or are looking to start hiring with Smeal. So you can search for these positions and you can actually apply for them directly through this website. So it's very, very easy. There's positions that are being uploaded on a daily basis. So I would definitely check them out, even if you're not interested in applying to anything quite yet. It's really good to familiarize yourself with the system. Additionally, when we are on campus, this is where you will also sign up for on-campus interviews. Maybe you'll be at a career fair, you'll have a conversation that will go great with a recruiter. They'll let you know that they want to interview you, and then the next day, conceivably, you could have an interview with them. So this is where you will directly sign up for on-campus interviews when we're having them on campus, of course. You can also RSVP and find information on events, workshops, employer programs, career fairs, etc. And then lastly, this is where you schedule a career appointment with the Bank of America Career Services Office, which is the general office for all Penn State students, and then the BCC, which is here in Smeal. So if you ever want a career coaching appointment with myself or with somebody else in the office, you'd use Nittany Careers to schedule it. So I have a question, is NLC only for Smeal or all Penn State students? It's for all Penn State students. So you can find positions on there related to business, related to teaching positions, pretty much anything and everything is updated through Nittany Careers. All right, we're talking fast, but we want to get through it all. So another resource that I think is very, very important to tell you about is BA 297. And this is a 1-credit career planning and strategies course that we offer for DUS students who are tracking Smeal and then Smeal students as well. So this is a 1-credit class that's offered every fall and spring semester. And essentially it is here to prepare you for the job and internship process. So as you can see on the left in the blue box, these are all of the different topics that we go over and we practice within this class. So this is basically all stuff that you are going to be doing on your own anyways. So why not get a 1-credit A for your hard work? So we love this class just because here in the BCC, we really put the emphasis on you guys hearing from employers. So career coaches are technically the instructors, but we like to think of ourselves more as facilitators. So all of these topics that you can see here on the left in the blue box are actually taught by employers from our Smeal Corporate Partner Program. So every single week we bring in new guest speaker from companies like PNC, Dick's Sporting Goods, Kohl's, etc. And they talk about the topics for the week. So this week in BH 97, it was all about personal branding and professionalism. So if you are interested in taking this class, you can take it at any year within your Penn State career. I'd probably recommend either your second semester freshman year, sometime during your sophomore year, or even early in your junior year. But like I said, it's just an easy 1-credit class. It's taught on Wednesdays, and it's just here to kind of prompt you to do stuff in the career search process that you should hopefully be doing anyway. And you'll register for this the same way as your other classes. So if you are interested, go ahead and check it out online path. All right, so we're going through this quickly. Everything that we just talked about is all related to familiarizing yourself with resources. So, as you're starting out your Penn State career, you need to know what's available to you. So if you would like this PowerPoint, if you'd like me to send it to you, I'd be happy to do so. And check out the information that's included, check out our website. Most importantly, check out Nittany Careers and reach out if you have any information or any questions and need information about what our office can do for you. So, okay. Familiarizing yourself with resources is done. We're now going into step 2, which is setting yourself up for success. So you have kind of a broad picture of everything that's available to you. How can you translate that knowledge into meaningful action steps that will help you eventually get these internships and jobs? Okay, so as a freshman, one of the most important things that you can do is build up your resume. So ultimately, we want a job offer, and that job offer comes from nailing an interview. And in order to get an interview, you need to have a really, really great resume. And you need to have a resume that's filled with a lot of meaningful experiences that can demonstrate to somebody that you are someone with skills, you're someone with strengths, and you are somebody who does things that are not required of them. You do things outside of the classroom. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get meaningful experience on your resume. All of the little boxes below just kind of show some different things. So student organizations, of course, volunteer experience, internships, part-time jobs, even things that you do in the classroom could also be included on a resume. So class projects, case competitions, leadership programs, research, anything and everything. Like I said, anything that you're doing outside of the classroom, and even some stuff like class projects, if it's something extra that you're doing that you're really proud of, can be included on a resume. So as we're setting ourselves up for success, you want to make sure that you are getting as involved as possible. Oh, sorry, Lauren, I missed your question on the slide before. So BH 97, unfortunately, is not a gen ed course, but luckily it's only a 1-credit elective, so it doesn't add too much to your schedule. So that's a good thing. All right, so in talking through some different ways to get involved, I just wanted to point out kind of something that we in the Business Career Center do. We actually have career service interns in our office. These are typically upperclassmen, but you can also apply as a freshman or a sophomore. If you're interested in internships, we really like to offer this internship program for Smeal students just because it's something easy to get on your resume that you can utilize to get yourself some other opportunities in the future. So if you are interested in potentially working for the Business Career Center and getting that internship experience with us, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions. You can also find more information on our website. But again, just wanted to give a little shameless plug on this program that we offer. But moving on, as you are thinking about how to get involved, these next 2 slides, so this student jobs and then the next student organizations, are just some things that I wanted to remind you on here. So part-time jobs, internships, and work study, if you want to do those things in the community, you can do them off campus in the State College community, or you can do them on campus at University Park. You could kind of be thinking in advance of what type of position you're looking for and what type of experience. So maybe you're a student who is really passionate about getting some work experience on your resume. We have a lot of opportunities here for you. So as you're kind of starting that process, keep in mind what you're looking for, and you can utilize these resources here at the bottom. So if you want, go ahead and take a picture of this screen. These are some great resources that I'd recommend using to start out this process to search for jobs at University Park or in State College. So the Human Resources job website has information about basically any job that you can find on campus. You can use the Student Affairs website to look for things like police jobs, IT services positions, excuse me, resident assistant positions, internships, etc. Food services, if you want to work in the dining halls, there's a link for you to check out that information. If you want to work within campus recreation, be a referee, work in the gyms, and then residence life again. If you want to work in the commons buildings or an RA position, you can check that out there. So not too much explanation required with this slide. I just thought that these would be some good links for you to start out with. In addition to that, just some general information about student organizations at Penn State. There are over 1,000 general student organizations, if you can believe it. There's something for everybody, and if there's not something for you, then you can start your own student organization. In addition, we also have Smeal student organizations, so these are registered within the college, so you can get involved in that as well. One thing I wanted to kind of point out when talking about student organizations and getting involved is that a lot of students typically ask me, should I be doing all academic stuff? Should I be just doing professional things? Is it okay for me to just do sports, social clubs? And I usually tell students you should try and get involved in one of each. If you can have an academic club on your resume, a professional club on your resume, and then one or more social clubs, so like passion things that you like to do or are interested in, then your resume will be very well-rounded. Because if you're somebody who's just focused in the social things, then it might seem like you're not too interested in furthering your academics or your career. And if you're somebody who's just focused on the academic and professional stuff, then companies who are looking at your resume, they might not be able to get an idea of who you are just as a person, aside from a student and an emerging professional. So student organizations, get involved in those and make sure that your experiences are well-rounded. I did not include a link for student orgs, but that's just because if you do a simple Google search online, Penn State student organizations, the link will come right up. All right, so a few other things I wanted to point out within gaining meaningful experience. I think that these two require a little bit more explanation just because some students don't really know what case competitions or externships are. So case competitions are competitions that you can engage in, excuse me, that are either held within the Smeal College business, Penn State as a whole, and sometimes they're even held through external companies, but they're facilitated through Penn State. So case competitions are competitions, obviously, where you are essentially analyzing a case study or a case issue, some kind of complex situation, and you are tasked with developing a solution. So essentially, it's just something to kind of train your brain to learn how to engage in like different fields of study. So whether that be accounting case competitions, finance, consulting case competitions, it's to get you experience kind of working within specific fields, and it's also a great way to kind of network with companies, especially when they are the ones who are hosting these case competitions. So we really encourage students to get involved in these, like I said, because of the networking aspect with recruiters, but also because it's a great way to get experience within the field that you're probably going into, and also just experience with a resume. So in addition to that, employer externships and conferences. So these are typically short-term things. Externships are different from internships in that they're typically very short, maybe a few days up until a week long. And it's kind of just a short program to get you an idea of what a company's culture is like, how to function within a company, how to find success within a certain field. It gives you an idea of the company's services that they're offering. It's basically just like a stepping stone into an internship, which is a stepping stone into a job. So I would definitely recommend checking out some internships, checking out company conferences, because not only are these great things that you can put on your resume, but they're also really great for networking with companies in addition to the case competitions. All right, so Juan asks, is it job shadowing? So that is a little bit different, I would say. Job shadowing, for the most part, doesn't happen under externships. I would say job shadowing mostly happens through internships. Externships are less, it's hard to describe it. Externships are not so much as you are going into the office on a daily basis and performing tasks. It's more about you are learning about the company, what the company can offer you, how to function within that company, kind of from like a greater lens. So you're not actually doing work for them. It's more so that you are learning about them and networking with them, if that makes sense. All right, so lastly, we zoomed through. So next steps. So number one, familiarize yourself with our career resources. So schedule an appointment with the BCC if you're interested in working on your resume, working on cover letters, getting information about networking, career fairs, how to get involved, etc. In addition to that, like I said, take a look at our website and check out some of the resources that we can offer you. Definitely go on to Anyline Careers and familiarize yourself with the job application function in there. Very, very important to get an understanding of that system before it's time for you to start applying to internships and jobs. And let's see, consider signing up for BH97 in future semesters. If you're somebody who feels like you need a little bit of a push in order to work on some of this stuff, in order to get some of this stuff done, then I would definitely recommend scheduling BH97 for a future semester. Like I said, it's just an easy 1-credit class that helps you progress through this process of the career search. So very, very helpful. The next thing is create a resume and a LinkedIn profile. So I didn't talk about that within this PowerPoint just because resumes and LinkedIn, it's a whole thing. We didn't have enough time, but I would definitely recommend creating a resume and a LinkedIn profile. You know, as you start to network within the next few years, these are documents and websites that you really, really want to have. Essentially, a resume is a written version of you. It's you in paper form, and your LinkedIn profile is your web presence in the same respect. So you want to make sure that you're establishing yourself well. And then lastly, get involved outside of the classroom. So, you know, most importantly, is setting yourself up for success is making sure that you have stuff on your resume, because the resume gets you the interview and the interview gets you the job. So you want to make sure that you have a resume that stands out in the job search process. So I would definitely recommend getting involved sooner rather than later. I look back on my Penn State experience when I was a student, and one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't get as involved my freshman year as I wish I would have. And a lot of Penn State people say the same thing. So definitely go ahead and get involved. And then lastly, for more steps, you can refer to the recommended Smeal Career checklist, and that's on our website. And essentially just a list of different things that you should be thinking about and should be doing during your freshman year. So, okay, let's see what questions we have. Is it okay if I've been applying to internships already and connecting with people on LinkedIn? Oh my gosh, absolutely. You should definitely, you know, be engaging in all of this stuff as soon as possible. I would say for the most part, it's rare that students get an internship immediately after your freshman year. So with that being said, for those of you who haven't been doing this, applying to things and going to career fairs, don't panic. Sophomore, junior, senior years are the times when you need to be going to the fairs and applying for things. But if you want to put yourself out there and see if you can land something for next summer, then by all means, apply to things, connect with people on LinkedIn, and attend the career fairs. And then Dylan is asking, should we use our school email to create a LinkedIn? I would say ultimately, as far as your email goes, whether your email is on your resume or on LinkedIn, whichever email you are checking the most is the one that you should be putting out there. So if you tend not to check your Penn State email too often, then I would do, you know, Gmail or something else, and vice versa. So it's totally up to you. Okay, so next question is, when is the recommended time frame for an internship? I'm a little confused by the question, so I'm gonna answer it how I think you're asking, and if I'm wrong, please let me know. But essentially, freshman year, you don't need to worry too much about an internship. I would just say that at some point in that summer, you should be doing something productive, whether it's attending a conference or doing a part-time job, etc. Summer after your sophomore year, I would say the same thing. And then junior and after your junior year is when you definitely want to land a big internship with a company that you're ideally looking towards being hired in a full-time job in the future, or a company that you think could offer you good opportunities to be hired by another company. So freshman and sophomore year, don't worry too much about the internship search process. Definitely engage if you want to, but there's not as much pressure as your junior year. Junior year is when you want to be looking for that big internship for the summer before your senior year. So Dylan asks, will your Penn State email still be active after you graduate? No, so that's the thing. I think it's active for about 6 months after you graduate. So if you use the Penn State email now, that's totally fine, but you'll just have to change it when you graduate. All right, so can you schedule an in-person appointment? So typically, excuse me, barring a pandemic, yes, we have in-person appointments with the BCC, but currently right now we're only offering them virtually. So if you sign up, it will be in a virtual format over Zoom, but hopefully in the future, maybe even starting in the spring, we will be able to offer in-person appointments. Okay, would you do an internship during the school year or during the summer? Honestly, it's up to you. Obviously, like I had mentioned before, we offer career service internships within our office in the BCC, and I don't think I clarified, so I'll do it now. Those internships are for fall and spring semesters, so nothing in the summer. So there are a lot of opportunities like that at Penn State. If you are at the university a given semester and are looking for an internship to get experience on your resume, then there's a lot of opportunities for that. So, you know, maybe you're planning on studying abroad the summer after your sophomore year, for example, so you're not able to get like a summer-long internship, then maybe looking at a fall or spring internship would be a good opportunity for you. So definitely check out the Penn State Human Resources website in order to find those internship opportunities at Penn State. And in addition, I should mention as well, some companies offer virtual internships during the academic year. It's not as common as the summer internships, but you should definitely be looking at those if you want to have those on your radar as well. All right, should I use my home address for LinkedIn? I wouldn't recommend having your address on your LinkedIn profile, just because at the end of the day, that's your personal information that's out there for the world to see. So I would maybe stay away from that. I can't remember if LinkedIn, when you're registering, requires you to put an address in. If so, I would just make it like 114 Business Building, University Park, PA, which is the location of our office, just because you don't want anyone creeping on your home address and scaring your family. So pass on that. All right, do you know if Penn State has connections with any cosmetic companies for jobs or internships? Yes, definitely. So something that I would recommend that you do right now is go onto Nittany Careers and search specific company names. You can even put filters within your search that says like the type of industry that you'd want to work for. I know we have a lot of students who end up working at Estee Lauder, L'Oreal. So those are just two that pop off the top of my head. But yes, definitely lots of them. Definitely check out those out on Nittany Careers, because those employer profiles should be up on there. Okay, anybody else have questions? I know it's 5:30, so if you need to pop out because you have things to do, then by all means. But if you still have questions, feel free to stick around. So to ask for your location and postal code, I was wondering if I should put University Park or my hometown. I would honestly just put University Park. There's no particular reason that you would need to put a home location other than just for registering for LinkedIn. So I would go ahead and just put UP, just because it's a little bit safer. I think at this point in the game, you might not want to kind of spread that personal information around. Okay, would you recommend joining a business fraternity as a freshman? That's a great question. And I would say it depends on what your goals are. I can't, or I guess I won't really say or plug any club or organization in particular. So I'm not going to say you definitely should join a business fraternity, just because I think it all depends on what your goals are, and you want to make sure that you're getting involved in things that align with those goals. So I would say join a business fraternity if you are looking for kind of like that community aspect that provides the professional side. So the nice thing about a business fraternity is that it's kind of an intersection between like a social club and a professional club. So if you're looking for a professional organization to join, then I think a business fraternity would be a great option. But all in all, just make sure that their mission aligns with your goals. So I would just go online and do some more research. Okay, Isabel, yes, you can definitely email me. I put my email in the chat. It's also on our website. So by all means, send an email, reach out, or schedule an appointment if you want. Okay, if I'm a freshman, should I put my major as finance, even though it's my intended major? Yeah, I think that's totally fine on LinkedIn to put your intended major on the resume or on the profile. So definitely go for it. People can see that you're a freshman, so they know that you're not in the major yet. So I think that's totally fine. And then specialization, our majors don't have specializations. If they do, then you can put one. If you're double majoring in something outside of Smeal, then sure, you can put in your specialization, but otherwise, you don't have to put that. If you're majoring in finance, then you don't really have a specialization, so don't worry about that. All right, any other questions? All right, well, if there's no other questions, then I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Like I said, please feel free to reach out. Let me know if you need anything. Haley is asking, how will our PSU 6 professor know we attended the meeting? I have not coordinated with PSU 6 professors in terms of attendance for this. I believe that if you're in PSU 6, maybe depending on your professor's specific instructions for the career exploration assignment, you need to write a reflection paper to follow that up with. So I'm not sure that you need to verify your attendance through me. If you want, you can go ahead and take a screenshot right now to verify your attendance in that way. But I think for that assignment, it's just the reflection paper. All right, Luke is asking, what are the benefits of a business fraternity? I would say the biggest one is the networking with your peers, other students who are going into the same profession that you are. Maybe they're a little bit older than you and they've had an internship at a company that you're looking towards getting hired with. So networking is one of the biggest things when it comes to peers. And then I would also say networking with companies too. A lot of our business fraternities bring in companies to speak at professional development events. So you're going to be able to get that face-to-face time with recruiters who might be interviewing you in the future if you apply for a position. So networking, I would say, is the biggest benefit. I was not in a business fraternity when I was a student, and I don't have too much involvement with them now working in the BCC. So I would maybe look more on their website to get more information and maybe reach out to a current member to ask more specifics about what they're getting from the experience. All right, well, if those are all of our questions, then we will go ahead and end the meeting. Like I said, if you need anything at all, feel free to make an appointment or reach out. Have a great rest of your night. Enjoy nice weather if you have it. Otherwise, do something fun tonight before the semester starts getting really stressful.